I mean guys, these have to be the coolest seats ever fitted to a car. Hello everyone and welcome back. I have the keys to the BMW M5 CS. This is one of two in Lebanon. This is the only driven M5 CS in Lebanon. It's finished in frozen deep green metallic, and I love those bronze accents. Take a look at that with the carbon ceramic brakes, and the bronze accents all around the car look really nice. I'm very excited to be finally driving this car, getting behind the wheel of this thing. You can see the beautiful yellow lights on this thing. It looks very cool. Take a look at that. How aggressive does this thing look? We do have a carbon fiber hood and a carbon fiber roof, carbon fiber side mirrors, carbon fiber bumper, and then carbon fiber spoilers. So yeah, this car is filled with weight reduction parts all around. It's almost 100 kilograms lighter than the M5, normal M5, and then you can see the M5 CS badging over here, again all in these bronze accents. This car has such a really nice presence. It's actually a big car, by the way. It's pretty long, but I mean you don't feel it when driving this thing. The seats look absolutely amazing with the Nürburgring embossed on the top. I hope you can see it. There we go. So yeah, again, shout out to the owner for offering me the keys to this thing. But I mean, yeah, you can see the carbon fiber over here. 1, 2. This thing has the, you know, the famous hot V setup of BMW's twin turbo V8, an engine that they've been perfecting for so long now. Take a look at that. All again finished in carbon fiber. This thing puts out 635 PS and 750 Newton-meters of torque. Can you imagine how much torque it's putting out from that 4.4 liter twin turbo V8? And then you can see M5 CS written on that carbon fiber hood. Now the cool thing is that Sam is one of my followers. He's joining me for the review. He actually won this review. We were at LAU Jbeil. We were doing a competition, and this guy right here basically got all the answers right. So this is why he's joining me for the review. Are you excited?
Yeah, very excited.
Fuck yeah, bro. I'm very excited to be driving this thing. I mean, it's really nice. So this is what the interior of the M5 CS looks like. I love the layout inside this generation of BMW. Starting off with the beautiful suede steering wheel. You can see we have red accents over there on 12 o'clock. Beautiful carbon fiber paddle shifters, and the M1 and M2 buttons are preset buttons. So for example, pressing once over here and then another to confirm. The owner's favorite settings will be saved to this button, and then you have another button which does basically the same. This BMW steering wheel feels so nice in your hand, and obviously the stitching over here, the M stitching with the CS in red, specific to this car. Let me know what you think of this shifters. Honestly, one of my favorite shifters out there. Drive logic over here, take a look at that. So these buttons basically change the aggressiveness of the shifts. So you can see over there next to the D, I can change how aggressive I want the shift. So I can be, you know, at the lowest setting. The seats are absolutely amazing. They hold you in very well, and I was talking about these carbon fiber accents over here. They're not really as uncomfortable as people say. So I believe the most interesting thing inside that screen for the M5 CS is when you go to car, you have your driving information, journey data, sport displays. So you can see as I rev the car, you can see how much power I'm putting in and how much torque. Is obviously not really significant, but I mean, when I was driving, you know, all the bars are gonna basically fill up. M menu. So yeah, this is where you can configure your M1 and M2 buttons from that screen, and then obviously the instrument cluster. And then finally we have to go into setup, because this is where things get exciting. Take a look at that. You can change basically the engine, chassis, steering, and MX drive. So obviously you can put it in two-wheel drive. I believe we can do so by turning off traction control. So yeah, fully turning that off. MX drive setup, there we go. So you can put it in two-wheel drive. Now this car is a drift machine. I mean, imagine putting 635 PS to the rear wheels. I mean, this thing is just gonna play around. So yeah, this is what the M5 CS looks like from inside. Now let's go to the back and hear that exhaust. Alright, so we're starting off in the BMW M5 CS. Now, as I mentioned before, I've driven the M5 Competition. Now this thing is lighter, it's more powerful, it looks way cooler in my opinion, especially with those seats. They hold you in really well, and it sounds really nice. Take a look at that. It is very damn quick. You don't really understand how fast this car is. Now, BMW claims it does 0 to 100 in 3 seconds, but I believe it can do much less, and we're gonna try it today. I have my draggy, so we're gonna try and do that. And I mean, the gearbox is phenomenal. 8-speed setup gearbox. A lot of people, you know, prefer the dual clutch on BMWs, but I feel in the luxury saloon such as this, you need something that's smooth for daily driving. And I mean, it's very damn quick going through cornering. Oh my god, I'm entering that corner at 130 kilometers an hour, and this thing is just planted to the road. The steering, I have to comment, it's beautiful. It's very lucid, very smooth, but precise at the same time. I currently have the steering in sport, so you know, it's a bit tighter than you would have it in comfort. Downshifting again, I love those red accents on the paddle shifters, on the carbon fiber paddle shifters. You can see the amount of torque in this thing. You can just thrash it around. I can't believe the handling on this thing. And we're gonna overtake right away. Oh my god, it just eats up the road. And brakes, carbon ceramic brakes as standard. And the brakes, oof, that was very impressive. I did not expect it to stop this fast. Now, as I mentioned, the owner is a legend for daily driving this car. So the car is around 1,825 kilograms, I believe, and 70 kilograms lighter than the M5 Competition. That is due to the carbon fiber parts inside here. We do have a carbon fiber reinforced plastic. Damn. Who is this calling? Hello? My friend is telling you to subscribe if you haven't already. I mean, yeah, my friend is actually calling, but I mean, if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do so right away. So as I was saying, we do have a carbon fiber reinforced plastic hood, mirrors, the roof obviously, and then the spoiler in the back with the diffuser. So yeah, obviously a lot of weight saving. And this car, it is big. Honestly, it's a huge car. You don't feel it's huge, especially with the way it corners. I mean, it handles just like an M4 almost because of how well the suspension has been tuned for the M5 CS. I believe it's the same suspension setup as the M8 Competition. There we go, and then brakes. And this guy, this poor little BMW is, you know, ruining the fun for us, but I mean, directly. Okay, so now the car won't shift for me, I believe so. There we go. And then brakes. It's so stable on the road. Today we're in beautiful Edma, and then we have amazing roads, honestly. Beautiful stretch ahead of us. Let's go. The seats are amazing. A lot of people complain about the seats being, you know, a bit weird towards the in between your legs. You have this carbon fiber hump over here, but I mean, people just complain. They're very comfortable, not annoying whatsoever. I've been in worse bucket seats, to be completely honest, and these look really, really nice. As I mentioned in the start of the video, they're very nice seats, one of the coolest that you can have on a sports sedan. Go on to M mode. You have 3 modes basically: road, sport, and track. Now track turns off that center screen, so you're fully focused on, you know, basically the driver display and what's in front of you. All right, so Sam now has joined us in the passenger seat. He's gonna, you know, show us his true reaction to the M5 CS and its acceleration. Let me just figure out my camera right away. All right, so we're back on the road. Sam now is his passenger side. He's gonna tell us, you know, what he thinks of the M5 CS. First impression, Sam.
It's so fast, like
it's very fast, huh?
It's really fast.
Is this the fastest car you've been in?
Yeah, by a lot.
Yeah,
actually a lot.
Like, don't forget, we're pushing around 635 PS, and there's 750 Newton meters of torque, so there's definitely a lot of torque to put around. How long have you been following my channel?
For over 3 years, I think.
3 years. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. It didn't work, but it's still a great. It's still a great launch. What's your favorite thing about the M5 CS, Sam?
Definitely the exterior, the green, the frozen
deep green, yeah?
Yeah, with the gold wheels.
Oh yeah. And the brakes are insane.
Yeah.
Oof, eats up the corner, man. There we go. Acceleration. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Very nice brakes. That was fun.
واو. حتى على فكرة rear experience كتير حلوة.
والله؟
Yeah. لأنه بتكون in the back you feel like إسا رايح لورا أكتر.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, by the way, I have to give Sam that he's been very patient with us for the M5 CS review, because when he won the review, it was back in April.
Yeah.
So it was a long time ago, and he hit me up a couple times. He's like, "And when's the review?" I'm like, man, I'm so busy, I really cannot set up this review now, but we finally made it today in July, and I'm glad we did, because oh my god, I'm in love with this car. Every time I review a car that's, you know, a BMW, I'm just kidding, but every time I review a car that's, you know, so nice to drive, I fall in love with it, and then I want one. But I mean, it doesn't really make sense to daily an M5 CS because it's a collector's car, right? It's limited production. It's a 2022 model year, limited. But I mean, the owner of this car, as I said, is a legend, and he daily drives this thing because this is how it's meant to be driven, you know? So yeah, did I feel any difference with the M5 Competition? Honestly, I have to drive them back to back to really sense it. Both are very fast, both are, you know, very agile in that sense, but there's one thing that I found a bit different, and that is the steering. I did not like, for some reason, the steering on the M5 Competition. It lacks some character. I don't know why. I had just that feeling when I drove it, and I was afraid this car is going to feel the same. But I mean, being back in an M5 CS, this steering is just the right amount of stiffness and preciseness. So yeah, I'm a big fan of it. My experience in the CS was much nicer than the M5 Competition, even though that thing sounded 10 times better than the CS. This is an EU spec car, so it's got the nasty OPF filters, which really don't let the car scream properly. The suede steering wheel feels so nice in your hands, and I'm particularly fond of the carbon buckets. Still one of my favorite seats on these new sports cars. The ZF gearbox is smooth, possibly too smooth for some, but it beautifully translates that power to all four wheels, and mind you, there's a lot of it. I strongly believe the simple weight reduction and reworked suspension transformed the M5 into an M3 for its agility. I mean, they're almost the same weight for that matter. And the brakes, definitely my favorite part of the car. You must keep in mind the M5 CS is a 1-year limited production run of 1,000 units, allegedly, and prices are north of $170,000 to $180,000 depending on the market. So shout out to the owner for actually daily driving this thing. And one last thing, the yellow lights are only on when you unlock the car and when you have the headlights on, because regulations don't really allow you driving with yellow lights alone. Let me know what you think of this video, and make sure to subscribe if it's the first time you come here, and I'll definitely be posting more stuff on YouTube now.